Pacers, they're up 3-1 as they beat the Knicks. And if there's something, I guess, close to being a perfect game in basketball, Tyrese Haliburton, pretty close. 32, 15, 12 rebounds, 0 turnovers. That's a pretty good night. And he got his dad back in the building, and Tyrese Haliburton, after the win, talked about that.
I'm wondering if what went on with him, if that was tough for you, and just if there were some emotions about having him back in here tonight.
Emotions, no. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you guys here. Like, my dad is just fine. Like, he lives just fine. He's at the house watching the game in a beautiful home. There was obviously a lot of commentary around him, especially right after, which I think some was warranted, some went too far, but that's just sports and that's just talking heads. I mean, we ain't gonna, I know we're saying free Pops and Pops is free, but he was not in jail. He happened to be in a very beautiful home, sitting very pretty watching NBA basketball. He's just fine.
Good for him. I like him, you know. And you can tell the non-watchers, because you're getting a lot of people now talking about Tyrese Haliburton. Is he a top 10 player? People who didn't watch him. Now, you know, he was in obscurity in college with Sacramento and maybe with the Pacers. You could say that as well, not big media markets. But if you're watching, then you've noticed that Tyrese Haliburton is here to stay. Very good player. Now, you're going to get the comparisons with Jalen Brunson. Feels like they're different types of players. What one team needs from one guy, the other one needs something different from the other. But it's a great matchup here. And right now, Tyrese Haliburton has the upper hand, up 3-1. All right, stat of the day is always brought to you by Panini America, the official trading cards of the program. First hour brought to you by Rapid Radios, the official walkie-talkie of the show. Push-to-talk nationwide LTE coverage service. No subscriptions. Business owners stay connected with your employees anywhere. Visit rapidradios.com for up to 60% off, and you also get free shipping. All right, so I mentioned you have the game coming up tonight. OKC tries to close out Minnesota as the Timberwolves getting 8.5. Seton, what's poll question for the first hour of the program?
Man, I'm just looking to see if Tyrese Haliburton's gotten paid yet. 'Cause if he hasn't, I don't know where his contract status is and what years and whatnot, but man, has he gotten paid yet?
Paul.
Does anybody know?
I wish it was a contract year for Tyrese Haliburton. He's locked up. He's going to be fine. He signed a 5-year, $244 million deal about a little over a year ago. He was making $42 million this year. 3 years from now, he'll be making $55.6, which oddly will make him like the 8th highest paid player in the NBA in 3 years.
And if his dad gets into trouble again, he might have an even nicer house to recline in while he watches his son. All right, so
Man, it must be crazy to go from like making, I don't know, like $5 million a year to $45 a year.
But imagine
that's a
Brock
significant
Purdy.
jump.
Yeah, but has anybody had a bigger salary jump in history than Brock Purdy? Didn't he go from $900,000 to what, 50 or something like that? If you include, the guaranteed money.
That's like really like NFL players get paid in lottery tickets. Here's a big chunk of money, and then not much after that. And then here's another big chunk of money, and then not much after that.
Yeah, Paul.
Yeah, Brock Purdy in 2024 made a total of $985,000. Next year, he'll make at least $41 million.
Yeah, that's a big pay raise.
That might be the biggest all time.
Yeah. That's where you go into your accountant, and then you go, hey, my tax return's just a little bit different this year. We're going to need some write-offs here. Can you write off Christian McCaffrey or Trent Williams, George Kittle? All right, so what's poll question from the first hour, Seton?
Why don't we go with, let's see, more done, Knicks, Timberwolves, neither. You could also go Stars. We could throw
Oilers.
NHL in there, too, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because aren't we 3-1 with all of these series?
Yeah.
Does that sound
we
right?
We could easily go Hurricanes, Knicks, Stars, Timberwolves. That's fun.
It feels like the Timberwolves are they're wobbling. The Panthers are they're too savvy. Stars against the Oilers. You can't beat Leon Draisaitl, and you know that.
Everyone knows that.
I know.
Do you guys ever get confused with the Panthers and the Hurricanes? Shouldn't the Hurricanes be in Florida? The Panthers?
Well, I don't know where Panthers are. I don't know if
Indigenous?
Panthers are running around Florida right now. But I don't know if they're in North Carolina either. Yes, Marvin?
But there's a lot of hurricanes that come up on South Carolina and North Carolina, too. So,
yeah. Which you'd want to not have that as your nickname because it's a natural catastrophe to the region.
like Miami.
Right.
Yeah.
Todd, do you want to give a breakdown of where Panthers, their natural habitat is?
Kind of like they're in the Everglades. They're kind of deep in the woods around the Everglades. They come out when it rains.
Good guess.
The crocodiles and alligators are in there, but the Panthers, sometimes they attack the alligators, and they're indigenous to the Everglades region.
Do they spawn? I guess would be.
Can
my
we
next
get
question.
Todd one of those like safari hats, like those jungle ones that like Steve Irwin?
What are those pith helmets?
Pith.
I think they're pith.
Yes.
I think I'd look cute in one of those, but whatever.
Yes, Paul.
I got to double check this, but I think Todd nailed that. The Panthers. The team is named for the Florida panther, an endangered species of large cat, indigenous to the nearby Everglades region.
That's hilarious because I just thought of Everglades. I didn't even know what I was talking about.
Every once in a while, you stumble into
You
one.
step in it. That's all right.
Well, you are the guy who graduated second in his class of 600.
And now I had a chance to prove it. The Everglade Panthers of
Yes.
Florida. There you go.
Finally did.
We learn something
Finally
every
did.
day, don't we?
Congratulations. And get ready for this. It's going to happen. Let's say the Pacers face the Thunder. You're going to hear from the non-watchers, oh, ratings are going to be terrible. Okay, they might be down, but keep this in mind. The NBA just signed an 11-year, how many billions of dollars? $76 billion TV deal?
Yeah, 11 years, $76 billion through the 2035-36 season.
Yeah.
They're fine.
Okay, so you may take a hit with the ratings, but you're going to rebound. I don't know if they're taking money away. I don't know what the deal is, but our network's going to say if we don't have a certain rating, then we get money back. I don't know that. But, for everybody who's going to say, and these are the non-watchers, being like, the non-watchers always have an opinion on things. It's like, and I notice this with the WNBA, with Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, those are the non-watchers who have opinions because those who are watching don't have those opinions. It's all of these other people who want to have like something deep-rooted in them that they want to get off their chest, and they use Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese as sort of the launching pad for that. But the non-watchers, hey, don't. I mean, that's why you're a non-watcher. But you'll have an opinion on, nobody's going to watch this. Okay, then don't. But I look forward to, if that's what it is, Pacers, OKC, one of those teams gets its first NBA title. And imagine OKC having three of the greatest players of all time and not being able to close out Golden State. So you have Durant, Harden, and Westbrook, and you can't get to the NBA Finals. Meanwhile, you got Shea Gilgeous, you got Chet Holmgren, and a couple of guys, last name Williams. And you're going to be going to the NBA Finals.
And Dort.
Lou Dort.
You can't leave out Dort. That's Paulie's guy. What are you doing?
I can't. I won't. But thank you, Todd.
You're welcome.
All right. So phone calls, operator Tyler's sitting by, 877-3DP show. The whole Tyrese Haliburton emergence here. He was great in Sacramento. What did he go to? Iowa State? Does that sound right? So, he wasn't featured at any point. And even when you watch him, got a weird-looking shot, but not afraid to take a big shot. We know that. And to have 0 turnovers, I mean, that's what jumps out. When you have the ball and you don't turn the ball over, and the Knicks certainly did, he's averaged around 20 per game, nearly 10 assists, and he also stretches the defense. He can take a deep three. But, 32-15 triple-double, you're up 3-1, and there aren't just 3 great games, they're statement games. This isn't about being a box score stuffer. It's what do you need, when do you need it, and I'll step up. So I don't think we look at him that he's on the rise. Tyrese Haliburton has arrived, and he's a problem to deal with.